Hey yo, and welcome back to my channel. I am Crisscross Applesauce, and today we are going to be looking at a way that you can make an ellipses or an oval if you don't want to be too much of a nerd about it. This one is going to be less detailed than ones I've built personally for my builds, but I figured this is a good starting point for you. This is going to be using 4 16-sided circles, and if you want to go the full detailed larger version, you're going to have to learn how to build 4 32-sided circles. So it is quite a process. So I'm going to first show you a little bit about what this process is going to look like so that you can better understand it. Let's get into that. So here's what we're going to be doing. We are going to be building an ellipses off of the edges of 4 different circles that intersect with each other. If we build them at the right radius at the right distance from each other. In order to do that and know that they're going to be the right radius and the right positions from each other, we are going to first build away from the center of our area all the way over here. Now with this, we're going to rotate that by 45 degrees. Like so. Now we're going to build off of this to make our diamond shape that we need to know the distance between the centers of our 4 circles. We're going to build up in this direction once, twice, 3, and a 4th time. Now this point is going to be the center of our 2nd circle. And we're going to do the same thing down in this direction. And then finally again down in this direction. Like so. So we're going to have this shape right now. If you must, you can fill in the blanks. It's not really that necessary, but we are going to be building circles from this position here. Obviously, this one here where we started, and here, and here. It's going to be easiest to start with this one here, and then build around counterclockwise. Now, to show you exactly what we're going to be doing with these circles, this one we are going to build out to a radius of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reactors. That's what we're going to be building our circles out of. We're going to do the same thing from the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, from the other 2 circles, the top and the bottom, we are going to be building only out 1, 2, 3. Again, from the bottom, 1, 2, and 3. Now, you can see our ellipses form here. So once we've built our 4 circles, we are going to build out a range here. So we're going to build out here 5 of them. Same from the bottom. Then we are going to build out 7 from here, down this way. And then do the opposite from the opposite side. And what this is going to do is create an ellipses for us. Then we can build the Star Trek Voyager, or whatever you plan on building. So, if this helps, which I hope it does, we should probably just go ahead and get right into it. Okay. Starting at the center, to the left is the bottom of the build area, to the right is the top. So at the center, I'm going to place a landing gear, and I'm going to build with a single habitat out to the right, 4 more. And I'm going to build down 1 and delete the one on top. Then go into the build menu and grab a Zenith class reactor. Build 3 across from there, 1 above here, and 1 below here, and then 1 atop in the center of that cross. Then you can delete the one beneath that center one. Next, come back to the center and build above you 5 more habitats. Place yourself another landing gear, an engine of some sort, a cockpit, a reactor, and a weapon, and an access point. That way, we can leave the build menu and the workshop over and over again, which we're going to need to be doing throughout this process. So, we can do that for the first time now. Now, we are going to walk all the way around to our cross structure we made with the Zenith class reactors. We're going to walk into this corner as far as possible. We're going to toggle on our light, switch to the build menu, grab a seamless window, toggle to free place, and then we are going to look up, place our reticle in between these 2 dots directly in the center of them, and place a window. We're going to back out and repeat this process at the other 3 corners that we made with this cross structure. Once you are done with that, we can exit that build menu and return to the Corvette building. Now, duplicate yourself a single hab and place them on the outside of each of the windows that we just placed, making sure that they are in this orientation, not this orientation, so that our hallways are perpendicular to the center of our structure. Build out 2 habitats in that orientation at each window. You might need to slide glitch. That's okay. Nothing you can't do. Even if you can't do the slide glitch, just build out 1 and we can build a Zenith reactor on top of it, like so. The other 2, you delete the inside ones and place your Zenith reactors on the inside like this. We can delete these habitats underneath, like so. Also getting rid of our windows, and then we can build down with our Zenith reactors. Then we can build this Zenith reactor on the far side here, and this one on the near side here. We can delete all the habitats around here, and the Zenith reactors underneath. Next, to grab our last 2 reactors on the left and the right side of our circle here, we are going to need to make 1 more 45-degree rotation. So duplicate your Zenith reactor at the center and place it at 45 degrees. Next, build down from this reactor and this reactor. Then we can apply these edits and exit the workshop. Now we're going to run over and jump down inside that little crevice we just made. Now, again, much like before, or exactly like before, we're going to place a window in between these 2 dots above us, in this corner. Perfection. Now we can return to the workshop. And we can grab ourselves a habitat and place it in the correct orientation, like this, against that window. You can go ahead and delete the window, place a habitat on top, then build across, making sure that your second one is in this orientation here, not any other. So this orientation, then build to the right of it, and build down below it. Now you can delete everything. Now you're going to have to build back to grab your other Zenith reactor in that position there. Delete your 2 Zenith reactors in the center. Delete your 2 Zenith reactors underneath. And there you have your 8-sided circle. Now we're going to bump this up to a 16-sided circle. So, going into the build menu, in the structural decorations, scroll down until you find the bolted joint. Place 4 of these in the center of our circle, giving ourselves a delightful little hexagonal structure in the center like so. Then, rotating your camera, looking out the space station, we are going to need to be building across our circle from the back sides here, giggity, all the way to the far side. We have to do this because we cannot place windows this far to the outside of our build area. So if you try to, you're going to have a bad time. So we can go ahead and delete this habitat. Now we're going to place a reactor here. Going to place one to its left in this position here. Another one to the right in this position here. Then again, all the way over to the far left here. And another one here. Now what this is going to do once we build down beneath each one of those ones we just placed is create 4 corners for us that we can use to place new windows to double up the number of sides of our circle. Delete the zenith reactors on top. You're not going to need them. Once you have this structure here completed, go ahead and apply your edits and exit the workshop. Now we're going to run around and go underneath our structure. Now, looking at it this way, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 little corners. We're going to need to place windows after backing ourselves into each one of those corners, but we can only do 2 at a time because the windows will overlap if we try to do all 4 of them or even 3 of them. So I'm going to pick the first and the third one, and then we're going to come back and do the second and the fourth one. So again, from the left, the first one, going to back myself into it, go into the menu, grab a window, and I'm going to look up and place it, my reticle, right here at the intersection of these 2 cross beams, right in the middle of these 2 divots. Once you have your reticle right here, go ahead and place the window, step out, skip the corner on your left, and go to the third one. Again, backing ourselves into the corner, placing our reticle right precisely here, placing our window. Now we can exit this build menu and return to the workshop real quick. Now, duplicate yourself a habitat and place them again in the correct orientation, 2 of them, on the outside of those windows you just placed, deleting the ones on the inside, getting rid of them and our window at the same time. Then duplicate yourself zenith reactors, place them on the inside of those habitats, build up 2 more, across, and then down, finishing those 2 parts of our circle. After that, you can delete that habitat and repeat the process from the other one, building in 1, then up 2, then over and across to the other side. There we go. Beautiful. Now we can save these edits. And now we're going to run back around and go under our circle again. Now we're going to return to our 4 corners. And now we're going to go into the second one and then the fourth one. So back yourself into the second one. Go into the build menu, grab a window, toggle free placement, and again place your reticle right about meow. Placing the window, skipping the corner on your left and going to the last one on the far left. Going into the build menu after backing yourself into the corner, placing your reticle right here, and placing your window. Now we can exit and go back to the workshop again. Once back in the workshop, grab yourself a habitat, and again place them in the correct orientation on the outside of both those windows we just placed. Place 2 of them in a row. Then you can delete the ones on the inside, duplicate a reactor, place them on the inside, and then build up 2 on top, and again across to build the final, across and down to build the final 2 sides of our 16-sided circle. Alright, There we go. You can delete the habitats and delete all 4 of the Zenith reactors underneath. Congratulations, you have a 16-sided circle. Next, you can delete the bolted joints in the center of your circle. And now we are going to find the positions for the next 3 16-sided circles that we are going to build. So, looking at our circle from the bottom of the build area, we are going to need to build in directions at 45 degrees from our circle. So here and here. Build out 3 on each side. Then build down 1 on each side. And then build the cross much like we did before. You can delete that one on top. We're not going to need it. And delete this one underneath. Do the same thing on the other side. There. Now we have a structure that looks like this. You can go ahead and build out from here like so. Saving all that. Now we can get rid of all of this, because we're going to now need to build in this direction another 3 Zenith reactors, where we will build the spot like this for our final circle. Building our cross, building one on top in the center, and deleting the one at the underneath of the center one. Now we have this delightful structure here, and we need to build 3 more 16-sided circles at each of these locations. Now that you know how to do it, I'll let you have at it. If you need help, you can re-watch the earlier part of this tutorial, or you can watch my circles tutorial that also goes through the entire process. I will see you when I get done. Okay, here we are at the end of our delightful circle-making journey. So, because I'm going to be making the Voyager out of this, I need my ellipses to be running long ways away from the back of the build area. So, from here, we can delete over half of each of these circles here, and on the other side, like so. Delete all the connectors, they're just going to kind of get in the way here. Now, coming from our right-hand side, actually this might be easier to go from the left. From our left-hand side, we're going to come around, we are going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4 Zenith reactors there. Place one on top to save it. Then we are also going to do that from one position to the left and to the right, like so. Once that's done, we can delete the ones leading up to those, just leaving the final ones. Then we can do it from the other side, just the same. 4, and build up on the last one so we can save it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Okay. Now we can delete the ones that we used to lead out to there. And we can delete this 16-sided circle. Be careful not to delete the placement from the other circle across the way. And there we go. Delete the ones on top. And there is our ellipses. Now, I don't think we need those. They look weird. There we go. There is our ellipses. Now, like I said, I'm going to be building Voyager from this. I think I might have enough room to do the whole thing. It is going to be coming all the way back to the opposite end. Now, if you would like this to be larger and more smooth around the entire outside of your ellipses, then you need to make 4 32-sided circles at those same positions I already showed you. There we go. There is our ellipses that we can use for scaffolding to build whatever the heck we want. Right, so hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you were able to follow it, and hope you are able to build exactly what you want with this ellipses method. Please leave any questions or comments in the comments section. Let me know what you build with this, what you plan to build with it. Let me know what else you would like me to teach you how to do or figure out how to do so then I can teach you how to do it. Because I don't know everything a priori. So, I will see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Bye.